Chelsea brushed the Foxes aside in spectacular fashion to secure their first Premier League win at the King Power Stadium since September 2017. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on yesterday's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place yesterday afternoon at the King Power Stadium in the Premier League between Leicester City and Chelsea, which Chelsea ended up winning by 3-0. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review is that firstly, I will run you through the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match. I will then be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and as always I'll be breaking it down into the first half and the second half, and in addition to this I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, and lastly I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming UEFA Champions League group stage match that will be taking place next Tuesday at Stamford Bridge against Juventus, with kickoff at 8 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So we begin by taking a look at the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of yesterday's match against Leicester City, and as always we're going to begin by talking about the formation, and of course it was a 3-4-3/3-4-2-1 as we all expected, but anyways let's move on. In terms of the personnel that Thomas Tuchel decided to field, he went with Edouard Mendy in goal. The back three was made up of Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger. The midfield four, including the two wing-backs from right to left, was Reece James, N'Golo Kante, Jorginho and Ben Chilwell, and the front three from right to left was Mason Mount, Kai Havertz and Callum Hudson-Odoi. So that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of yesterday's match against Leicester City. So now we shall take a dive into my thoughts on the first half, and I have to be honest, it was a brilliant start to the match from us. We put Leicester City on the back foot immediately. Yes, they did have that chance to get through us when I think it was Jamie Vardy tried to square it towards another of their attacking players. I can't remember the name of the attacking player, but Antonio Rudiger was there to block the pass. But anyways, we did create a glorious chance to open the scoring inside the first few minutes, and it came as a result of a ball going over the top of the Leicester City team and reaching Ben Chilwell, who was in a really advanced position, but he could only hit the bar. And in all honesty, he really should have hit the target at least. But it was a great opportunity. I'm going to paraphrase to the goal. Sorry about that. I'm going to paraphrase to the goal because this was a brilliant goal. And I felt as though it was a deserved goal. But anyways, it came after a brilliant cross from our right-hand side, from the right corner quadrant to be more accurate, shall I say. But yes, it was a brilliant cross into the box from Ben Chilwell, and Antonio Rudiger met it with such sorry I'm just really happy. The purchase he got on the ball to head it into the back of the net in such a fashion was absolutely brilliant. I mean, Kasper Schmeichel had no chance of saving that. It literally went over him and into the corner, and that is the part of the net where no keeper will get anywhere near the ball. It was a great header and a deserved goal, like I said already. But yes, great goal. And After that, um, we threatened more chances. We did have some good opportunities to pass the ball into dangerous positions to give players opportunities to get shots off. But what I will say is that we did lack that cutting edge at times, and I also did feel as though we were misplacing a few of our passes. But I still feel as though we were the more threatening team out of the two teams in yesterday's match, of course. And we did create some good opportunities after we got the goal. But I'm going to paraphrase again and get into the second goal, which was, of course, scored by N'Golo Kante. And I'm sorry, this is goal of the month. This is goal of the month. He gets the ball from Reece James down our right hand side. He then drives into the space that Leicester City are giving him. And I'll be honest, I cannot fathom how Leicester City gave him that much space. He had so much space. He had Epping Forest in front of him. But anyways, he drove into the space, hit the ball with his weaker left foot into the bottom right corner on his side. And you can't honestly, darlings, I can't find the right words to describe N'Golo Kante. He's just that good, um, and for him to do that with his weaker left foot, when he's not necessarily renowned for his shooting, or when he's not necessarily associated for his shooting, is just incredible. And I have to say that it was a deserved 2-0 lead because of the very fact that we were playing really well up to that point and were causing Leicester City all kinds of problems. And not just offensively, I felt as though defensively we were solid as well. Yes, they did have the ball in the back of the net, but it was definitely offside and it was correctly ruled out. Um, but defensively, I felt as though we were solid in the first half as well. Leicester City did next to nothing. Did they even have a shot in the first half? I don't even think they did. But anyways, overall, brilliant first half performance. As I said already, yes, we did misplace a few passes, but that will always happen. You can't have 100% passing accuracy. That's just unrealistic and very silly to expect that. But yes, it was a great first half performance, and now we shall dive into my thoughts on the second half. Um, yes, Leicester City did make some changes and they did put us under a bit of pressure in the early stages of the second half, but I did feel as though we weathered the storm really well and put them on the back foot after their little spell in the game. And I felt as though we were able to gain our rhythm really quickly after um, sorry, oh my god, we were able to get our rhythm back after that spell of possession and um, after their threatening spell, shall I say. And it was really good to see because Leicester City did get into our box and they did get in behind us on a couple of occasions at the start of the second half, but they didn't really do anything with it. They also had a couple of shots from distance, but they didn't really test Edouard Mendy. The first one from Daniel Amate went straight at him, and that is a save that you should expect Edouard Mendy to be making. The other one, I cannot remember who took the shot, but it did take a deflection. But again, you'd expect Edouard Mendy to save it. Jamie Vardy did have a shot from just inside the 18-yard, inside the 6-yard box, if I'm not mistaken, where he headed the ball wide. He should have got that on target, but um, let's be glad that he missed. He was quiet, and you have to give credit to the defenders. But anyways, I digress. But Leicester City did have that good spell at the start of the second half, but Thomas Tuchel brought on Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic for Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, and they brought on with them a sense of trickery that you can say that we needed to help us gain our rhythm in terms of our passing and our ability to get into advanced positions with a minimal amount of passes. And I have to say that the third goal is a perfect example of this because it started off with some brilliant play from Trevor Chalobah down our right hand side, if I'm not mistaken, who then gave the ball to Hakim Ziyech with a brilliant through ball. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Hakim Ziyech then used his feet to beat the defenders, and then he passed the ball to Christian Pulisic, who then took a touch and fired it past Kasper Schmeichel into the bottom corner, who had no chance. And for me, that was game, set, and match to us. After that, I knew it was um, a Chelsea win. And after that, we did look to score more, and we did have a few disallowed goals, and we probably should have done better because in each of the passages of play that saw us put the ball in the back of the net, only to find out that they were going to be disallowed for offside. I did feel as though the player who was offside could have done better to stay onside, but I'm not complaining because we still scored three. And if we were not in that position, I'd be more annoyed. But anyways, we deserve to win. Overall, we deserve to win. We were by far the better team. Leicester City, I don't know what's wrong with them. They are not the same as they were in the last few seasons, shall I say. But I'm sure they'll bounce back. Um, but yes, overall deserved win. Brilliant performance. I'm just so proud of the boys for getting the job done and doing so in the manner that they did, because it's been a long time since we won a Premier League game at this ground. But yes, we shall move on to the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. There's a twist. There are only three positives, no negatives at all. The first positive that I took from yesterday's match is the fact that we were solid in every area of the pitch. I cannot name a player who had a bad game. Um, yes, some players were better than others, but I cannot name a player who had a bad game. Um, it's as simple as that. We shall move on to the second positive, which is the fact that we scored at the best possible times. Um, the first goal was scored in the 14th minute, and I felt as though this was a brilliant time to score because um, the Leicester City crowd were very loud at the start of the game, and that goal helped us silence the crowd and really start to pass the ball around and create some glorious chances in the first half. The second goal was scored just before the half hour mark, and that is always a good time to score because it means that you can conserve energy immediately before the half time interval, but do so in a manner that sees you stay alert and curb any danger that comes your way. And the third goal was scored in the 71st minute, which is a brilliant time to score because it gives you time to really take control of the rest of the game and shut up shop and make it difficult for the opposition to break through, let alone score. And that's why I think that these were perfect times to score. But anyways, that's the second positive. The third and final positive that I took from yesterday's match is the fact that we got another clean sheet. Honestly, defensively, we are looking really good, and you have to give Thomas Tuchel a lot of credit, and you have to give the players a lot of credit. And speaking of that, Thiago Silva was my man of the match. He was easily the best player on the pitch. It was very difficult for me to pick a man of the match, but whilst I was watching it on BT Sport, I did feel as though he was the best player on the pitch, and he deservedly got the man of the match award. But anyways, that is it for my thoughts on yesterday's match. Please, guys, do drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, I shall do my very best to respond. We shall move on. Now, to finish off this review, I am going to give you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming UEFA Champions League group stage match, which will be taking place next Tuesday at Stamford Bridge against Juventus, with kickoff at 8 p.m. UK time. Honestly, guys, we need to win this because of the very fact that the head-to-head rule is still a thing in the UEFA Champions League, and if we do not beat Juventus, then they'll finish above us. Um, in addition to that, I do believe that we need to um, beat Juventus, especially after the way we played in Turin. I felt as though we were absolutely terrible in that game and deserved to lose. After conceding 11 seconds after the second half starts is something that should not be acceptable by the players, and we have to not let Juventus score, otherwise they'll make it very difficult for us to break them down, because that's exactly what they did in Turin. And if they can do it in Turin, there's absolutely no reason why they cannot do it in West London. So we have to be careful. I'm looking forward to it. I do believe that we can win, but we will have to be at it from the get go. And I'll keep saying that because one thing that I have noticed in parts of the season so far is that concentration levels aren't always there. But hopefully, I don't have to worry about that on Tuesday. But, anyways, we'll leave that for the preview. I do hope you all enjoyed this review. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I shall see you all very soon for some more videos. Thank you all for watching. Just before I go, I'm just going to say that Series 3 of the Just Your Average Penalty Shootout series will be uploaded after this review gets uploaded, so do stay tuned for that, and I hope you all enjoy it. But anyways, come on you Blues, come on Thomas Tuchel, and peace.